Only 15 devotees open video. Okay. 20 devotees. Very less number. Only 20 devotees. Is everybody busy? Only 20 devotees. No interest for Bhagavad Gita? Okay. We are reading from Bhagavad Gita, second chapter. From text 14. So 13 verse was that embodied soul. So it is embodied soul. So no mujjanti, never deluded. But now, how it is like when you see that somebody is suffering, how we can not be deluded? Now answer is that when winter comes, this is disturbing. Summer season got disturbing. But what to do? Cry? No, tolerate. There is like you said. Yes, there is suffering. But one is unavoidable and temporary to nature. So better tolerate it. It is permanent, that is another thing. And unavoidable. So that is why try to tolerate. Matra spashasya ponte shitushna shukudukha. Agam apain anitya stan terikshata bharat. Matra spasha. Matra spasha. Sensory perception. Matra means sensory. Spash. Two only. Konte osana ponte. Shito ushna sukha dukkha. Shit winter, ushna summer. Sukh happiness. Dukkha. Sukha dukkha. Ega dukkha. I think it is mistake. Sukha dukkha ha nahi. Sukha dukkha da. Dukkha means pillar of the distress. Opposite meaning. This da of both things, da of sukh and dukh, giving happiness and distress, both. So here it is dukha dukkha not ha, da. Sukha dukkha da. Okay. Also dukkha, sorry. Oh, I missed it. It is there. Sukha dukkha ha, da. Da means giving. Da is giving to both happiness and dukkha. Agam apain. Agam means appearing. And this is it is anitya, not permanent, non-permanent. As this summer and winter, agam and apain, come and go, appear visible. It's not permanent. That is why tan, all of them, Tidikshasha, just like that. Bharat, oh, son of the Bharat dynasty. Oh, son of Kunti. The non-permanent appearance of happiness and distress, and their disappearance in due course are like the appearance and disappearance of winter and summer seasons. They arise from sense perception, ocean of Bharat, and one must learn to tolerate them without being disturbed. Tolerate. There's no other way. Tolerate. In the proper discharge of duty, one has to learn to tolerate non-permanent appearance and disappearance of the happiness and distress. So the servant purpose is so clear. This tolerant where in proper discharge of duty. That intolerant. It is not that in material life I'm suffering, I still tolerate. I'll enjoy material world. So suffering, I'll tolerate. This tolerance is not for that. This tolerance for in the proper discharge of duty. According to Vedic injunction, one has to take his bath early in the morning, even during the month of Magh. Now, ask yourself, looking before 4 a.m. and taking bath is not pleasing, I think. At least uh, last 30 years I'm doing that. I'm not getting pleasure in taking bath early morning. Some advanced devotees they can get some pleasure, but I don't get any pleasure. Cold bath before 4 o'clock. But uh, we have to tell them it is very cold at that time. But in spite of that, a man who abides by the religion principles does not hesitate to take the bath. You may say, okay, you can use geyser. But see, millions of people in Kumbh Mela, Prayag, one day more than 10 million people, 1 crore. But in the in Triveni, Ganga, Jamuna, there is no geyser. Everyone will take bath. Maybe, but taking bath for so many people, due to body temperature, maybe water will be little warm. Similarly, a woman does not hesitate to cook in the kitchen in the months of May and June, the hottest part of the summer. See, one has to execute his duty in spite of climatic inconveniences. Similarly, to fight is the religious principle of the Kshatriyas. And although one has to fight with some friends or relatives, one should not deviate from the prescribed duty. One has to follow the prescribed rules and regulations of religious principles in order to rise up the platform of knowledge. Hmm? Rise up to the platform of knowledge. Because by knowledge and devotion, only can one liberate himself from the classes of Maya. Knowledge and devotion. The two different names of address given to Arjuna are also significant. To address him, a Kuntya signifies his great blood relationship from his mother's side, and to address him as a Bharat signifies his greatness from the father's side. From both sides, he's supposed to have a great heritage. A great heritage brings responsibility in the matter of proper discharge of duties. Therefore, he cannot avoid fighting. Like if someone says, it's very difficult to rise early in the morning and take a cold shower. Oh, you are initiated Brahman devotee. What are you telling? That means you are a initiated devotee of ISKCON to Brahman initiation. That must be minimum 5-10 years. And you are telling this type of thing. So here, Bharat and Bharat and Tonti. Both is important. Also, we got other places like you are Kontya, my cousin friend, cousin brother. So you are spelling my name also. my my brother. So you have spelled your name, except you are spelling my name also. I am your cousin brother. People will say, oh, Krishna's brother, cousin. Now, Janghina Bhatyanti ete Purushang Purushasya. Shamo Dukha Shukang Dhiro Shamritak. You'll be dhira. Jump one to whom? He certainly, no, never. Bathanti, batha. Batha means suffering. So bathanti means distress. Eti. Eti means all this. Purusham, to a person. Not Purush means male. Purusham means male. To a person. Purush Rishabha. Purusha Rishabha means Purush Rishabha. Best among the men. Rishabh means best. Purush Rishabh means best among men. Shamo Dukha Sukham Dhira. So Shamo Dukha Sukham Dhi. Previous verse. Yeah. Sukha Dukha Da. Sukha Dukha Da. They are saying that Sukha Dukha Dhira. Shamo Dukha Sukham Dhiram. If we tell her how to going to get Shamo unaltered. Dukha. Dukha in the distress, Sukham and happiness. Dhiram, patient. Here, Dhir means patient and 13 birds, Dhir means sober person. Similar. Here, Dhir means patient. He, Dhir is Shahi, Amritattayo Kalpate, Kalpate is considered. What Kalpate? Amritattayo for liberation. Amritu. Amrita means no mrit. Amrita for liberation, no death. It's considered eligible. कल्पना करते हैं. Who best among men? The person who is not starved by happiness and distress and is steady in both is certainly eligible for liberation. Anyone who is steady in his determination for the advanced stage of spiritual realization and can equally tolerate the onslaughts of distress and happiness is certainly a person eligible for liberation. Very important thing. You can uh, another verse from Upadeshamrita, nectar of instruction. Utsahat Nishcha Dharja. Utsaha, Nishcha, and Dharja. The three things is important. Utsaha enthusiasm, Nishcha confidence, and Dharya, patience. Either materially or spiritually. First thing is this Utsaha. And Utsaha comes from Nishcha, confidence. Yes. So I do say I'll get it. And at the same time, this Dharya, patience. So in any higher, in your either spiritual or material, these three things are defined. Here, uh, here- what is it? Why it is now? Why is it now? Uh, hmm. Here, this all three things are here. Anyone who is steady in his determination for the advanced stage of spiritual realization can equally tolerate the answers. Determination comes with tolerance. Very, very important. Can equally tolerate an onslaught of distress and happiness is certainly a person eligible for liberation. In the Varnashram institution, the fourth stage of life, namely the renounced or sannyas, is a pain-taking situation. But one who is serious about making his life perfect, purely adopts the sannyas order of life in spite of all difficulties. The difficulties usually arise from having to serve family responsibilities to give up the connection of the wife and children. Ultimately, the difficulties arise from having to serve family relationships. But if anyone is able to tolerate such difficulties, surely his path to spiritual realization is complete. Here, Prabhupada has given two crude examples. One is Arjuna, one is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Similarly, Arjuna's discharge of duties as a Kshatriya, he is advised to persevere, even if it is difficult to fight with his family members or similarly beloved person. Arjuna is a torment. Wow. I have to kill my guru, my grandfather? Yes. Even if it is difficult to fight with his family members or similarly beloved persons. Second, Lord sannyas. Depend young wife and as well as old mother. You can easily imagine how old his mother is. Son. 8 sister, elder brother Vishwarup, then Chaitanya Vishwambhar. So Chaitanya is 10th son. Must be is more than 35 years older than Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Chaitanya took sannyas at the age of 24. So 24, 35 means almost 60 years. And his young wife, 16 years younger. No third man in the family. Lord Chaitanya took sannyas at the age of 24 and his dependents, young wife, as well as an old mother, had no one else to look after them. Yet, for a higher cause, he took sannyas and was steady in the discharge of higher duties. That is the way of achieving liberation from material bondage. That is the way. Nobody can tell my problem is bigger than Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Nobody can tell I have no time to hear Bhagavad Gita like Arjuna. Arjuna's condition, Dronacharya Bhishma is with bow and arrow after playing conscious that time. Who can tell I am more serious condition than him? If you are a cancer patient suffering, you will not die immediately. But here, within a second, you can die in such a situation. So no rascal can give more excuse than this. Now, very simple verse, but very powerful verse. Uh, If you see, someone said, you're a doctor, you're checking out patient. Everything is normal. So if your teacher said, why it is normal, what is your answer? Can anybody want to give you? Like you're a doctor, you examine some patient, and your senior, you tell him, okay, everything is normal. What is your answer? Anybody? Please raise hand. Why it is normal? Why it is normal? Because no abnormality found. Answer is very simple. Here, Krishna is telling that a very simple answer, but very difficult. He said, Nashata vidyate bhava, nabhava vidyate shata. Ubhayrapi tu anayat tattadashivi. Nashata. Nashata means no, no, never. Ashato, non-existent. Sat means eternal, ever existing. Asat means temporary, non-existent. No, asata, nashat. Nash, another. You may know Nash. Is Nash is Shakrala soy to destroy. But if Saradaka soy, then Nashata means which is not permanent. No Ashata. No Ashata, Nashat. Actually, pronounce it Nash, not Nashat. Nasato. We pronounce all the are equally. Na Asata vidyate bhava. Vidyate there is. Bhava, individuals. So, no asata vidyate bhava. Those are non-existent. They only destroy. No, never. Abhava, changing quality. Bhava means endurance, and abhava means changing quality. But this no bhava, there is abhava, changing quality. That means bhava means no changing quality, endurance. Vidyate, there is sataha of the eternal. Ubhayo of the two of me, very Ubhayo, both. What is both? One asat and one is sat. One is asat and sat. Both. One is asat and one is sat. Ubhayo of the two. Drishta, drishti, observe. Anta, drishta anta. Anta means end, conclusion. We should know what is the end. What is the end of the asat and what is the end of sat. We should know that. We should drishtantas. Everyone should drishtantas. Everyone should see what is the conclusion of asat and what is the conclusion of sat. Two, indeed, anayo of them, both of them, tattva of the truth, darshibi by the seers. Those who are seers of the truth have concluded that of the non-existent, there is no endurance. Krishna is not telling directly about body. That means about the body. Those who are seer of the truth have concluded that of the non-existent like material body, there is no endurance. And on the other hand, of the eternal, that means soul, there is no change. This they have concluded by studying the nature of God. They have Tattvadarshi, Tattvadarshi, seer of the truth. Spiritual scientists. So spiritual scientists, by studying, they have concluded that the nature of the both are body and soul. Body and soul nature is different. That is why end onto is different also. There is no endurance of the changing body. That the body is changing every moment by the actions and reactions of the different cells is admitted by the modern medical science. And thus growth and old age are taking place in the body. But the spirit soul exists permanently, remaining the same despite all changes of the body and mind. That is the difference between matter and spirit. Doctors found out that this cell, like arm, what is called? Dirty things come out from the body. What are they? Actually, dead cell. Dead cell is going and new cell is growing. It's continuously is happening. Like when when it, when eating from the intestine, what's absorbing. So when it is absorbing, like water is absorbing, this is what absorbing in the middle. When it absorbing, before absorbing, if it sends something from here, just imagine when a cell you want to absorb water. So you have to send the water, previous water from here, and you want to absorb sodium from here, lumen of the intestine. Then whatever sodium you have sent there. So what is deposited there, they will go there and it will come here. So in such way, continuously, there is changes. We cannot see the minute changes, but the big changes only that time we can see. But those are absolute seer, they can see this change is continuous. But the spirit soul exists permanently, remain the same despite all changes of the body and the mind. This is divided matter. By nature, the body is ever changing and the soul is eternal. This conclusion is established by all classes of seers of the two, both impersonalist and personalist. In the Vishnu Puran, it is stated that Vishnu and his abodes all have self-illuminated spiritual existence. Jyotingshi Vishnu, Bhuvanani Vishnu, the words existent and non-existent refer only to spirit and matter. That is the vision of the all seers of truth, Tattvadarshi. This is the beginning of the instruction by the Lord to the living entities who are bewildered by the influence of ignorance. Removal of ignorance involves the re-establishment of the eternal relationship between the worshipper and the worshipable, and the consequent understanding of the difference between the part and parcel living entities and the Supreme Personal Godhead. Here, Prabhupada has given a re-establishment. That means it was established before. We have forgotten. That is a re-establishment. In the Vedanta as well as in the Srimad Bhagavad, the Supreme has been accepted as the origin of all emanations. Such emanations are experienced by superior and inferior natural sequences. The living entities belong to the superior nature as it will be revealed in the seventh chapter. Although there is no difference between the energy and the energetic, the energetic is accepted as the supreme and the energy or the nature is accepted as the subordinate. The living entities, they are always subordinate to the supreme Lord, as in the case of the master and the servant, or the teacher and the taught. Clear knowledge is impossible to understand under the spell of ignorance. And to drive away such ignorance, the Lord uses the Bhagavad Gita for the enlightenment of all living entities for all time. Very simple, but very difficult. So whatever we are hearing, simple, but it's a matter of realization. For that, we need mercy of Guru and Krishna Goswamis. After hearing, you will be inspired to give class on this matter. But ask yourself how much you have understood. There is a question at the end will say, Ashtaj, wonder, amazing. But we should not be, what is called, demoralized. We are reading, at the same time, we are depending on Guru Vaishnav's Krishna's mercy so that we can understand. We should try our best and hope for the mercy. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaja.
So, we are in train by the mercy of Krishna, still uninterrupted internet class, Zoom class. Hare Krishna. I hope tomorrow, I don't know what will happen, but by Krishna's mercy, we can. Hare Krishna. Shri Prabhupada, Bhagavad Gita, as it is.
Hare Krishna Maharaj Ji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Hare Krishna, Maharaja.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, Dandavat
Hare Krishna
Pranam.
Maharaj. Dandavat Pranam.